Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Brad, and on this episode of TrailRecon, I am finally ditching my stock Rubicon rims and upgrading to these awesome KMC Beadlocks. And I want to share with you today the reason I personally chose to go with these wheels and talk a little bit about Beadlocks. Man, I'm really excited about this upgrade. It has just transformed the Jeep really awesome, which I'm definitely going to show you at the end of the video. But I want to talk about some things. But first, before we get there, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of the channel here, which is Northridge 4x4. You know, they are a great supporter of TrailRecon, and if you're looking for some off-road products, man, they've got all kinds of stuff out on their website. And specifically, guys, these wheels today, if you head over there right now and use the code TrailRecon, they're going to give you a 15% discount on these wheels. It's a great deal, guys, and these are some great wheels. Let's start talking about these. I think they're really awesome. So these wheels are the KMC XD229s. They're the Machete crawl beadlock, and they are a true beadlock. The beadlock has a 24 bolt pattern on it, and they come with a 3/8 inch bolt, which is really nice and stout. You know, a lot of beadlocks come with 5/16, which is a little bit smaller, so this is going to give us a little extra strength. These are a 17x9. They have a 3.5 inch back spacing, which is really nice. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. They do have a dual core valve system, so if you're going to run a liner or you want an external gauge while you're filling up, that's an option. It's not something I'll be using. Now, before we get into more information about this wheel, I got to throw this disclaimer out there, otherwise somebody out there will call me on it. Beadlock wheels are built for racing purposes only and are not intended for highway use. Got it? Okay, there we go. We got that out of the way. Now, guys, I gotta say, beadlocks are really cool. You know, there's a big difference between what a beadlock is and the stock rims we had before. Stock rims, you know, they're tire pressure dependent to keep the bead seated inside the rim, whereas on these wheels, you've got a ring that bolts on and clamps the wheel on the outside of the rim on a little lip, and then that secures it. That way you can drop your tire pressure really low and you don't have to worry about that bead popping off, which is going to be a really nice benefit for us when we're out on the trail. So let me tell you why I chose to go with a beadlock. You know, I'm not some kind of hardcore rock crawler, but I do like to hit a good difficult trail once in a while. But most of the time we're out on easy and moderate trails. But you know, we do hit the sand, we do hit the mud and the snow, and having that capability to drop the air pressure down in the tire, give us a bigger footprint is really gonna help. You know, I had a buddy not too long ago that was doing some rocks and he didn't have beadlocks and he busted a bead. And that just takes some time on the trail to get that fixed or swap out a tire. You know, and there have been times when I've been out in the sand, out in the desert, and started to kind of get a little sticky, ended up having to back out of there. Now I can air down low enough that I shouldn't have that problem, which is going to be really beneficial. And another big benefit is the back spacing on these wheels are 3.5 inch, and I get to lose my wheel spacers, which is going to be really, really nice. Now they stick out a little further than my wheels did with the wheel spacers, and I'm actually getting a little rub on the front bumper now at full turn, which isn't a big deal. It's very slight, but I got new bumpers coming, so we'll be able to take care of that. But I'm very happy with the stance and the aggressive look of kind of sticking out past the fender a little bit. Okay, and another big reason for me personally is, man, they just look so good. I love the look of these wheels. I know that there's some out you that you prefer the black wheels or whatever, but for me personally, you know, man, I've always been a car guy. My dad and I used to go to car shows. I take my kids to car shows. I just love cars, and man, you put a good set of wheels on a car or a truck or a Jeep, man, it just transforms the whole look. And for me, we got capability and we got a little style, which is going to be really nice. And now, you know, these are brand new. You know, guys, these aren't going to stay looking this shiny. They're going to get a little scratched up here pretty quick as we start hitting the trail and doing some adventures. And I mentioned that these wheels are aluminum. Now, there is a lot of debate about going with an aluminum or a steel beadlock. So let's just talk a little bit about some pros and cons for each. You know, steel is very strong. It's durable. You can repair it out on the trail, which is a very nice benefit. You only get a little bit of styling for it, but you get a lot more weight than you do with an aluminum wheel. Now, with the aluminum wheel, you know, today's aluminums are mixed with some new metals, so they're not as prone to cracking as older wheels, but you're not going to be able to do a repair out on the trail, which for me, that's okay. That's why I carry a spare. Aluminum's a little lighter, although these rims are heavier than the stock, probably by about 8 or 10 pounds. I didn't actually weigh them, but we're gaining weight. So if you had aluminum versus a steel, the same size wheel, the aluminum's going to give you better performance on the road. You know, your handling's going to be a little better, but we're upgrading in weight, so we're not going to be getting any of those benefits. The other thing with aluminum is you get some different style options. You know, they can cast these in all kinds of different shapes, which is really cool, but the price is going to be more. You know, a steel wheel is going to cost you less than an aluminum wheel, so you're going to gonna pay for that extra benefit of having the lighter, more stylish wheel. One of the great benefits about running a beadlock is you can actually mount the tire yourself, which is really convenient. Now, I chose not to do that because I'm still using my Cooper tires, which have about 30,000 miles on them, and they still got some more life in them. But taking the tires off, mounting them up, and then taking them and getting balanced, that's a really time-consuming process. So I elected to take mine to a shop. Now, you will have difficulty if you try to take your tires to a local tire shop and ask them to mount beadlocks, because they usually don't want to do it because they know that they're for off-highway use or racing use. So I took mine to an off-road shop, a local shop here. It's called Old Iron Exhaust and Off-Road. My buddy Taylor down there runs a one-man shop. He's got a great shop and he's got all the equipment to mount them down there. So I dropped them off with him. He hooked it right up for me. He did a great job mounting them. They came out wonderful. They're well balanced going down the road. It's very nice. But you can do this yourself if you want to spend the time to do it. So that's a very nice convenience. And now the part that you've been waiting for, let me show you what they look like on the Jeep. They look so awesome, guys. It's amazing to me how a new set of wheels can just transform a vehicle. It's so nice. I love the look, guys. I hope you share my opinion with that. And it's going to give us some really nice capability as we start to venture out into some more places. Now, look, guys, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about the wheels? Do you like the bling? Do you like the polished look? Or are you more of a black standard kind of guy? Let me know in the comments, guys, and tell me what you think. And hey, if you're visiting this channel for the first time, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.